was a grey morning in Melbourne. I'd taken the overnight train down from Sydney to be at this Bike Futures conference, high above our famous cricket ground. I kept apart. I was here for one thing, to find out about bike share schemes. There'd be a presentation, and bike share is apparently coming to Melbourne. This humble sit-up bike, shopping bikes, the Danes call them, is part of a worldwide revolution. Thousands of these bikes sit in docking stations on the streets of the cities of the world, all waiting for a member key to be inserted, a credit card swiped, and off you go.
It's a global phenomenon. It's in South America, North America, all over Europe. It's coming to Australia. Bike sharing is this new sort of shiny toy that everybody's excited about. Mayors want it for their city. And to make it successful, there's going to have to be local ownership, local participation, where the station's going to go. Are you taking up parking, helmets? I'm sure you have plenty of questions about helmets and theft and vandalism, and the concept of people feeling safe on the bikes. I have a couple pictures of the Bixie system in Montreal. It's been a very successful launch. They went from prototype to launch in about 9 months, which is phenomenal. It's solar powered as well. These can be just laid down on the street with no excavation. Tremendous opportunity to get non-bikers onto bikes, to increase visibility of bikes in the urban landscape.
Why am I so excited about these bikes? Because all of them make you sit up straight in a position which is much safer and friendlier. It's quite unlike the hunched over danger zone style in which we tend to ride. These bikes could change our bike culture radically and bring millions of new riders onto the roads if we accept them.
I'm not worried about the style of bike, I'm worried about the helmets.
What are you going to do about that?
Well, any sort of talk of rescinding that helmet legislation is not on the table.
Why not?
It's not touchable politically.
So, Bixies, or might we call them Mixies? Will we ever see them on our roads?
The helmet is a vexing problem, and right now our plan is to work with local retailers.
You mean near the bikes?
Right, so if you hopefully, I'm trying to pitch working with convenience stores, 7-Elevens, type places, possibly fast food restaurants that are open late at night, and work with them to have some behind the counter. Someone brings in a ticket, they get a helmet.
What about the need to sterilize them?
That's why we're not right now looking into renting helmets, so you buy it now.
You'd buy the helmet?
Yeah. We're looking at low-cost helmets. You can get a helmet for up to about $15.
But no tourist has got to go through that sort of rigmarole. I'm sure it's just not worth it.
Well, if I only have to walk, if I have to only walk a block and it's $15, if I'm only going to take one ride, maybe I wouldn't get one. But if I'm going to ride all day, I probably would.
And but the fact also that you don't wear one at home, you say to yourself, why the hell should I wear a helmet, Yeah. I don't wear one in Germany.
Yeah, well,
like this,
Yeah, I mean, and if that's the case, that's their own choice, and they're either going to get fined or they might get in an accident. But, that's what freedom is about.
And, of course, the freedom to decide that pushing this bike around, looking for a helmet, is just too much trouble.
This is a question mark. No one's yet implemented this system in a country that's got helmet laws.
We're going to get a shock as we're left the odd man out, as cities around the world reap the benefits of bike share. City halls, tourist boards, chambers of commerce, they'll all be asking, why do we have to be the zombie in the park? How about this? Laws are often based on categories. For instance, my electric bike here has a 200-watt motor. If it was any larger, that bike would be classed as a moped. That's the law. So So let's make a new bike category. If you're over 18 and you ride sitting up on what they call a shopping bike, under 25 kilometers an hour, you can choose not to wear a helmet if you like. The fast bikes, the ones for long commutes like we often have to do, they stay helmeted. This would not only make bike share possible, but it would nudge our cycling culture into more tranquil zones. This is Copenhagen in rush hour, if you can believe it. And it would join us to the health-giving, slow movements around the world, even as we celebrate choice, which each of us as an adult certainly deserves. Like this Melbourne girl who ends my report. And what about the helmet? Do you mind wearing a helmet or?
I love wearing a helmet.
Do you?
I'm really cautious and clumsy, so I need a helmet.
So even if they were not, you know, compulsory, you'd still wear one, huh?
Yeah. I went to Europe last year and, you know, you don't need to wear helmets there, but we were riding bikes and I was like, I need my helmet.